You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 Bowls Queensland State Championship, proudly presented by Sunshine Coast Queensland and the Sunshine Coast Council.
Welcome back to Club Marucci for the final of the Bowls Queensland State Men's Singles Championship. We've had a little bit of light rain over the lunch break, and lucky enough the sun's shining again. So we're looking forward to a great final here between Jacob Nelson from the Belmont Services Bowling Club and Jay Dawe, local Sunshine Coast boy who's from the Tawantinoosa Bowling Club, but I did hear a rumour he may be joining Club Marucci, so I'm not sure whether that's public, but that's what I've heard. And so both young fellas have been playing very well today to win through a quarter-final and a semi-final to play the ultimate final. Now joining me now is Kurt Brown for another final. Welcome, Kurt.
Thanks, Wiz. It's good to be back again.
We've seen a couple of good games between Bolivia Millerick being successful over Jessie Cattell in the women's final earlier today to win her first state singles title. She has won a couple of other titles in team events, but her first singles state title.
Yeah, should be absolutely over the moon with that win, Bolivia. It's a good game. The girls played good.
And great to see Jessie at 17 years old in the final of the Open Singles, so great future ahead for her. Speaking of futures, Jay Dawe's a new kid on the block here on the Sunshine Coast. Played district sides recently. And Troy Somerville in commentary earlier mentioned he was one of the standouts of their Sunshine Coast team, which is a great rap from Troy. He's been around a long time. So I'm expecting a pretty good game here today.
Well, Jay actually played bowls, started when he was 9 and played up until he was 18, and then he gave bowls away, and he's sort of just come back to it in the last couple of years, and he's actually 29 years old, Jay is. So a lot of people think he looks a lot younger than that, which he does, but that is how old he is, 29, Jay. Is the current club singles, pairs and fours champion at Tawantinoosa Bowls Club. And a great start here on the first end.
Yeah, very consistent first end from Jay.
It's a big game for these two guys, Wiz.
Sure is. It's they're both young up-and-coming players. Jacob's represented Australia in the development Trans-Tasman series and also the Queensland Open under-25 and under-18 team, so he's been around for quite some time in the representative ranks. So both players looking to make their mark and win the possibility, the opportunity to go on and play in the Australian Singles Championships at Merimbula later in the year in November.
Yeah, that's certainly a worthy reward for a winner of a state singles.
Very consistent start there from Jay. That'll give him a lot of confidence. First time sort of in a televised event that I would know of. So, yeah, good start.
Very cool sort of a character too, Jay, you know, quite relaxed and nothing really phases him.
Jay had a win over his Sunshine Coast teammate Wade Mutzelberg in the semi-final. They actually played together during the district sides and had a good win over Wade. Wade had a few good scalps under his belt leading into the semi-final, but Jay came up trumps, and with Jacob getting the better of former winner of this event, Jamie Anderson. So that was a good win for Jacob to get through to the final.
Well, I mean, both guys have obviously beaten some good players to get this far. But yeah, Wade Mutzelberg defeated Nathan Rice, and Nicky Carl and Sean Baker all on the trot, and then quite disappointed to fall short of the final.
Wade also helped us out in the earlier games at some of our finals, doing some live streaming, which was really appreciated. First time he'd ever done that sort of thing, so it was great for people to get the opportunity to watch those games. So thanks to Wade for helping us out.
So don't forget, if you're enjoying the coverage, to like and share the stream so everyone else can tune in as well. And if you've got any questions for Wiz or I, feel free to type in. And also send in your tips, who you think's going to win. Let us know what you're thinking.
Handy bowl there from Jacob. It's looks like if he gets onto the bowl, that's where the jack's heading. There's a good chance he can get the bowl clean with a few seconds here. Sure he'll be searching down on the forehand there, Kurt, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. He can afford to just arrive up there and rest on to Jacob's bowl.
Couple of seconds, can get it for clean for 3. And a little bit of movement of the jack. There's a couple of waiting, as long as he hasn't got too much weight.
It's not a bad effort. Say g'day to Alex Murtagh. Thanks for tuning in there, Trumpy.
If Jay played with Alex, Jay looks a lot younger than Alex at the moment, doesn't he, you think?
Alex has had a hard life. No, he is a very youthful looking fella, that's for sure, Jay.
We'll also have a bit of local support here. I've seen a few of his family and friends here to support, as well as Jacob has a good support crew as well.
I've just seen Olivia writing there, let's go Jay. Just seen you here 5 minutes ago, you're still here.
A marker for the final today is Jeff Osborne, who is the local Sunshine Coast District Men's President and also a Bowls Queensland board member, marking our final today. I'd also like to thank the Sunshine Coast Council for supporting this event. They've been a great supporter of bowls on the Sunshine Coast in this event, and also the Sunshine Coast Winter Carnival held every year, where it attracts a lot of visitors to the area from New Zealand and down south, and also great events for our local players. Good to see Jacob's dad, Greg, watching from home. Great supporter of Jacob. Travelled around with him for many years, supporting him in many different places, as well as his younger brother Kane coming through the junior ranks, representing Queensland at the moment as well.
It takes a lot of commitment for the parents when the kids are, you know, under 18 to travel around to the events to play. And certainly the Nelson boys have been very well supported throughout their under 18 bowls. After
a couple of good quality ends, it started a little bit loose, this one, as So they both started reasonably well, but just having trouble finding their way. This one, I think it was a change of length, threw them both out. Starting to find their range now, though.
Yeah, the length's a little bit longer this time, so takes a little bit of adjustment. I don't really know too much about these two players and their style. Good shot here. Well played, Jay.
Looks like he's just snuck the shot.
Jacob very quick on the mat, very quick to make decisions. It's a great shot there. Sort of just touched on the previous two games, Wiz. It's how you've got to play on these on this green today. A little bit holding, you know, that nice little reaching draw shot, you know, that Jacob just played. Always trying to change the head up.
Yeah, I think it's a big shot to have in your armour today. This sort of pace green. Jay a little bit unlucky there. He played a good shot, but just snuck through the hole. Two shots that Jacob gives him the lead, 3-2.
So a couple of hello to Robin Ingham down on the Gold Coast, Nathan Pedersen, South Australia, Margaret Vincent, Sunshine Coast legend of the ladies bowls, and John Walker from Harvey Bay. Thank you all for tuning in and typing in. We appreciate that. Feel free, anyone who'd like to ask any questions, to type in. Yes, Margaret, Bolivia Millerick won the ladies singles. She defeated Jessie Cattell. In a very entertaining match.
As Jacob stretched it out a fair bit this end, not quite ditch the ditch, but not far off.
So Jay Dawe bowls out of Taunton Noosa Bowls Club at the top end of the Sunshine Coast, and Jacob Nelson plays out of Belmont Services Bowls Club. I think it's just on the south side in Brisbane, isn't it, Belmont?
Southeast.
Thanks, Robin, for the comment, and we're very appreciative that you've tuned in and are interacting on this live feed here of the 2018 Men's State Singles Final.
Both players just finding their range a little bit on the longer end. That's the best so far from Jay. Maybe a couple there for Jay. Opportunity for a free shot. These are the ones you need to make the most of, Kurt, aren't they, in these sort of games? You've got a little bit of room. You need to make the most of it to capitalise. It's close.
Yeah, it's so important when you have that free shot to add that you take it. It doesn't come around all that often, and it was something we noticed in the girls' final was whenever an opportunity was sort of presented, it wasn't taken as often as it should have been. Very important just to compose yourself and draw that last one in there. So just a reminder that if you are enjoying the coverage here to let us know. We're very appreciative of any feedback.
That last end was 3 shots to Jay Dawe, which gives him the lead, 5-3.
So in the game just previous to this, in case you missed it, the ladies singles final, Bolivia Millerick of Broadbeach defeated Jessie Cottle of Club Helensvale. Now earns the right to represent Queensland. Oh, great shot there from Jay Dawe.
Perfect weighted bowl there, just popped it out enough, didn't he?
Yeah, and Aussie Jay started playing when he was 9, through to when he was 18, and had a bit of a break from bowls, but he's suddenly found the love for it and returned, and here he is. Oh, great shot. So Matthew, Jay is using Aero Optima in the final here today, and Jacob Nelson is using Aerodynamic.
Great shot there from Jay. Last bowl here for Jacob Nelson. Oh, good effort.
Oh, we traded some good shots there.
Another good end of bowls.
So another one there to Jay. Extends his lead to 6-3 here. Just a reminder that this game is 25 up, so the first player to reach 25 shots will win the state singles crown, and also dead ends are to be replayed. So there are no respot in this event. So if the jack does go out of the rink, the end will be replayed. Another good start there for Jay. It's really a perfect position in singles on a holding green. The first bowl just to nestle in there behind the kitty. Very fluent action too, Jay's quite easy off the hand.
It's currently 19 degrees here at Club Maroochy. A little bit of light breeze coming through. The odd scud of shower has come throughout the day, but we've been lucky enough we haven't had too much. Probably the biggest shower we've had was during our lunch break, which was good. So not too bad of weather out there at the moment. The green's probably running around 12.5 to 13. He hasn't quite nailed it, but he's got the pressure on now with 3 shots. Still a little bit of room for Jacob.
Good shot there. Locked in too.
Doesn't like it.
Just a little bit.
Opportunity for Jacob to replicate his last shot.
Good line. Yeah, it's a good shot there. 2 to Jacob. 6-5 now. So here's an interesting fact about Jacob Nelson. He's actually studying a Bachelor of Science, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology. He has 1 year to go and he wants to work in labs, so smart cookie.
That sounds a bit too technical for me, Kurt.
Way too technical. I can't even pronounce it. How good am I going?
He's very clever.
Maybe not all that clever. His most admired player, Brett Wilkie.
I've been fortunate enough to work with Jacob when I worked for Bowls Australia as NTC coach. Did a lot of work through his younger days a few years ago. He was fortunate enough to represent Australia in the under-8, the development series. I think he was under-18 at that stage, where they have a mixture of under-18 players and under-25 players that play against New Zealand. So that was a great honour for him and a great experience, which he'll always cherish.
And Jay Dawe, his most admired player that he's looked up to over the years is Barry Lester. We had Barry tuned in earlier on today, so if you're still there, Baz, there you go.
Yeah, he's been going well, Barry, recent Commonwealth Games player, and at the top of his game at the moment. He'll be looking to defend his pairs title with Josh Thornton in the Australian Open pairs this year. That's not far away, the Australian Open. I think both these guys in the final, put as their next major event coming up as the Australian Open. So it's another big event on the Gold Coast in June.
It'll be in its second day in 2 weeks' time, the Australian Open. Chloe and I touched on a bit earlier with just how busy the bowls calendar is in southeast Queensland through winter. It just doesn't stop, does it? With district side, state championships, Australian Opens, you know, then you have a few tournaments around the Trappets and then pennant starts, you know, so it's a pretty full-on period of bowls.
Yeah, it's busy time. Another good shot there from Jacob. A little bit unlucky, set up a little bit of a target. Made it easier for Jay to sit on.
Interested to see what sort of shot he plays here.
Simon Woods just mentioned on Facebook that Jay nearly beat Barry Lester last year in the Australian Open, so I'm sure that'll give him a lot of confidence going into this year's event and today. Playing fairly solid weight.
That second shot out of it.
A little bit offline, but he's got a half of a result, cutting it down. Draws us level again, 6-all. Looks like the wind's died down. It was a medium sort of slight breeze earlier, but not too much movement in the flags there at the moment, so it's pretty good conditions at the moment. The wind has been coming from the clubhouse side of the green, which has protected it a little bit from the rink. It's not far from the building. The buildings create an L shape around the rink, which has been a good sort of place for people to watch under cover.
So don't forget, if you're enjoying the coverage, to like and share it. Feel free to ask any questions.
Had pretty good weight then, just a little bit narrow. Still one shot to Jacob. Chance to make it 2.
How do you think these boys are feeling, Wiz? It's both their first state singles final.
Yeah, I think at the start of the game they probably would have been a little bit nervy, but I think they'll be starting to settle down now into the rhythm of the game.
Just trying to get into a routine.
Had a couple of options there, the trailer jack or promote his own, but he's just pushed it a little wide. Good sider for his next one.
Well, it's a good choice of shot there. Play the percentage shot.
Jacob's trying to do the similar thing on the other hand, just trying to change it up, promote his own trailer jack.
G'day to Jenny from Encounter Bay in South Australia. Thanks for joining us, Jenny.
Is that South Australia or South Africa?
South Africa. Good shot.
Snuck through the hole. It's taken away the promotion shot for Jay, so if he gets onto his front bowl, he may cut it down to 1, but I think to score he needs to either draw it or trail a jack.
Wasn't too far off with his last bowl. Close.
Could be enough.
I played a lot of weight then.
He didn't give the bowler much chance to turn, did he, with that sort of weight back to the jack? But he's just got enough to score 1 shot to take the lead again, 7-6. Just enough.
There's Jeff.
That's all you need, isn't it, Kurt?
That's
hey?
right.
Just enough.
Doesn't matter how you get them. It's not written on the card that way.
There's our marker, Jeff Osborne, doing his second game today. He's done a good job.
South Australia, Encounter Bay. Thanks, Josh.
I think Josh Studham from South Australia, a junior representative down there, might have had a few good tussles with Jacob Nelson in the past in the juniors. Been a good tussle so far, and neither player have been able to break away.
Jacob there just trying to get the lay of the head from the other end. It can be quite deceiving when you're standing on the mat, just to know exactly where the bowls are laying.
Yeah, sometimes it can look completely different when you get down the other end. So after it.
A little run down here.
Not far off, he's opened it up at least. Giving himself a clear shot with his next. Unless Jay can jump on the jack and tuck it around the corner, it'll make it hard for Jacob to get to.
So we've just got to draw the shot here, Jacob. A little touch on the kitty.
Michael Hopper was just wondering what club the boys are from. Jacob on screen is from the Belmont Services Club in Brisbane. And Jay is from the Tawantinoosa Bowling Club just up the road here from Maroochy Beach.
Short here. Disappointed with that last bowl. He could afford just to slightly reach up to it there.
One more to Jay takes him to 8-6. This game of 20-25 up. Dead ends are replayed if it happens to go dead. Good shot of the clubhouse there wrapping around this rink. It's protecting it from the slight breeze we have. A good crowd under the cover there watching.
I'm sure they're enjoying the afternoon sun now. It's been a pretty cold day out there today, Wiz.
Yeah, when the clouds have come across, it's definitely cooled down, but while the sun's out, it hasn't been too bad.
Good opener there from Jay. I like the way he's starting off. Most ends, you know, he's just passing that kitty. Just giving every bowl a chance. Get that the winner of this event does earn the right to represent Queensland in the Australian Championships in Merimbula at the end of the year, so it's another added bonus to winning the state singles, is the chance to go on and win a national singles.
Jay's bowl just finished a little short there, has made Jacob change hands. He's got his own on the way in. Opportunity here for Jay to make amends. If he can draw a little toucher here, it'll make it hard for Jacob to get to. But also make 3 shots. Just push a little quick, a little bit dangerous weight.
Yeah, he probably overplayed that a little bit.
I think he was just making sure he was there, but overcooked it a little bit.
Well played, it's close for shot. Nigel Melbourne, all the players are taking in the streaming at the Budrum 4s on the big screen. So welcome to everyone at Budrum Bowls Club who are watching this stream here. Hope you're enjoying it.
It's great if clubs can get it up on their big screen. And I've noticed a lot of clubs around the areas are starting to show the live streaming up on their big screen, which is great if they've got the technology to be able to get it up there for all the members to watch while they're enjoying the facilities of the club. Good shot there from Jay. He's made sure of his back one counting now, I think, to make 2 shots.
About to find out. 2, yep. Jay settled into a really good rhythm here, Wiz. He's drawing quite consistently.
Yeah, he's been in the area most of the time. He's always been around the area.
Well, a second shot.
Jacob was a little bit vulnerable there. He didn't really have anything past. Managed to cut it down to 1 at least.
9-6 now in favour of Jay in the final of the men's state singles for 2018. A long way to go here in this final, but the boys are playing good. Jay does seem to favour his backhand, it seems. It's still played the backhand last end going towards the club, and he's still sticking on the backhand going away from the club, so
Good shot there from Jacob. Thought that might fall, but it's just stayed on the corner of the bowl. Good reply. I'm not sure whether he's made it. It's close.
Rose and Connie Rickson there in the crowd. Bronze medalist in the ladies' fours Commonwealth Games playing for Malta. There's definitely one down now. Jacob.
I think it'll... Thought he might have changed his hand this time around so he didn't promote Jacob's bowl, but he's decided to go for cover instead. Thought he might have changed to the forehand, then Kurt tried to draw another one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I've seen him, actually, to think of it, play many forehand shots over the last few weeks, actually, so he might really be favour his backhand.
It's possible to draw another one on his backhand, but just a little bit harder with Jacob's bowl in front there. Just pushed him wide, I think, knowing that bowl was there. He didn't want to knock it in. Opportunity now for Jacob. He can sit that bowl for 3.
I think he's... it's a good effort.
Not far away.
Another one to Jay.
Gets him into double figures now. And a little break.
4 singles on the trot. 10-6.
Been a lot of singles through the whole game, really, isn't there? There's not too many multiples.
Hello again to Shirley from Yarrawonga. Thanks for tuning in again, Shirley. Nicholas George. Thanks for tuning in, Nick. It is handy having all the lines on the green there for to view through the camera to help see who's got shot. Another good opener there from Jacob Nelson. So don't forget, if you're enjoying the stream, to like and share the page. Type in any questions you have, or send us in where you're watching from or what you're doing. Are you watching on the beach? Are you reading a book? Who's your tip to win it?
We haven't had any requests for you to sing a song for a while, Kurt. We had a few of those this morning. A few people asking Kurt to sing a song. I think they've seen him in the karaoke bars around the world, so they were asking for a little tune, but wasn't willing. Good shot there from Jay. Nice weight, just resting on the bowl.
Thanks, David, for tuning in, and thanks for the positive feedback. Good shot there.
Great reply. Does Brett know the words to K-San yet? I have been known to sing that in karaoke once. I may have got the words wrong. But if you're not sure, you just make them up. Isn't that right, Kurt?
That's all right. That is all right.
Good old Aussie song, K-San. Anthem of Aussie rock.
Absolutely.
Gold Chisel. Just had a question from Dwayne McDonald, what bowls that Dawe is using. He's using Aero Optima.
Oh, hi Terry. Sorry, I must have missed your question earlier. There is no specific way of qualifying for the state championships in Queensland. You just have to be a full bowling member of a Queensland club. It's open to anyone to nominate. So as long as you're a full member of a Queensland Bowls Club, you can enter the Queensland State Championship. So apologies for missing that question earlier, but I hope that clears it up for you. Well, thanks a lot, Wiz. Now you've got everyone requesting some songs. Well, I think we'll leave that one for the Premier League bus boys.
I'd just like to welcome the Club Marucci Club President and greenkeeper Troy Somerville into the commentary box. And I'm sure he'll be able to give us a bit more insight into Jay Dawe, the local lad.
Thanks, Wiz. Been a cracking game already.
Well, thanks, Anna, there for the positive feedback. We always enjoy hearing that. Glad you're enjoying the coverage here of this state singles final.
They've got silky smooth deliveries, haven't they?
Yeah, I was making comment on that before with Wiz. They're just both very effortless in their delivery.
And young Jacob, I think he's been watching the current Commonwealth Games gold medalist play. He doesn't spend much time on that neither, young Jacob.
He's very quick in his decisions and in his delivery. Ooh.
Well, I think it's still one to the blue and yellow. Steve Petsky just asked about it's better than watching the Eels. Yes, it is. At least we've still got the blue and yellow out there. Young Jay, the Sunny Coast boy.
So just a reminder that Jay Dawe is bowling with the yellow stickers and Jacob Nelson is bowling with the red stickers.
Just another day in paradise out there. Look at the sun's out. Beautiful day.
Beautiful afternoon here at Club Maroochy. Might be another one here to Jay. No.
Oh. On to Jacob. What are they called there, Jeff? One to Jay.
One to Jay. So he makes the score 11-7 in favour of the Sunshine Coast lad here in the final of the 2018 Men's State Singles Championships. A good opener here from Jay.
That first bowl is crucial, isn't it, Kurt? On a slow track, you get that first one on it. It's hard to beat.
Absolutely. I was just saying to Wiz that Jay, quite often with his first bowl, has just passed the kitty by about that distance. And like you said, on a holding green, it is a perfect opening bowl. As Chloe Stewart likes to say, up and about. Always be up and about. It's a beautiful afternoon here. The sun's out, the wind's died down. Conditions are pretty much perfect here for this final. Your spectators surrounding the rink.
I'm just getting the scores changed on the monitors. There we go.
Thanks to that early call from our marker there, Troy.
Yeah, Jeff gave him the bum steer.
He's throwing our guys off. Thanks, Jenny, for that good feedback of the live stream.
Oh, he's just another nice one for two. He's got Jacob's third bowl was just past the jack, so he's giving himself the best opportunity to make a score.
Oh, Jason, Jacob defeated Jamie Anderson in the semi-final this morning.
Oh, what a cracking shot, young Jacob. 2 down to 1, possibly 2 up.
He defeated Paul Williamson in the quarter-final before defeating Jamie Anderson in the semi-final. Jacob. Jay Dawe beat the giant killer of the tournament, Wade Mutzelberg, in the semi-final, Troy. Wade had cleaned up a few good scalps before that match.
Yeah, and he beat Clive Williams in the game before that, in the quarter-final, and Clive knocked off Aaron Sheriff.
Yeah, so quite a few good scalps there.
So those young fellas, whoever the distance is help the young fellas out. It's been a long campaign after the district size championships and then all the state championships.
So I'd have to think that Jay would be the crowd favourite here, Troy, being the local.
Yes, most definitely, being the Sunny Coast player that he is, and especially after having such a long stint out of the game, sort of like close to 10 years out of the game, and then coming back only the last 18 months, there's that new lease of life that he's got.
Obviously, he's not regretting his decision to come back. He's playing some pretty good bowls.
Well, in the district sides, out of the 16 players that was in the A side for the Sunshine Coast team, he was number one. He was the pick of all 16 players. Just so consistent, leading for Joel Anderson. So you got to wonder how good a ride Joel Anderson had in the district sides. He had Jay Dawe leading, and he had Wade Mutzelberg playing third.
Oh.
Armchair ride, really.
Yeah, well, absolutely. After today, we know who the strength was in that ring.
Yes, I'm hearing you. They always say a good lead gets the team going.
So just a reminder that this final is 25 shots up. So we'll be the first player to score 25 shots, and any ends that are killed, or in other words, the jack leaves the confinements of the rink, the end will be replayed. There is no respot the jack.
Ryan Best would be happy with that.
Ryan Bester would be very happy with that. Former 3-time champion, Ryan Bester of the Queensland men's state singles. Missed seeing him up here on the coast this year.
Yeah, it's a shame that he's not up here playing. He's I think he's now playing New South Wales #1 state pennant.
Actually, we miss pretty much a lot of those Broadbeach players that aren't in attendance in the state championships this year. We sort of said a little bit earlier that Caitlin Inch won the ladies' state singles last year and wasn't here to defend it this year.
Oh, looks like he's using a bit of weight. Cut it down to 1. I'll make it 11-9 to Jay.
So one there to Jacob now. Jay leads 11-9 in the final of the state singles 2018 for the men.
It's a good advertisement for the sport of lawn bowls, having 2 young men playing in the finals of the silky smooth deliveries that they have. It always doesn't hurt just to have an old bloke thereabouts, just to keep the interest alive for the old fellas who want to keep on playing in these events. I think the old fella today was Big Jimmy Anderson. In the semi-finals.
Sure was.
34 years old, and he's the oldest out of the 4 men. Wade Mutzelberg, he's just turned 30. I went to his 30th birthday party, actually. I know he looks about 35, but yeah, he's only 30. There's probably the accountant in him.
So as you know, today is the last day of 14 days of state championships here on the Sunshine Coast, which bowls there from Jay Dawe.
2 crackers. Oh, he's up and at him. And he's connected. Good shot, young Jacob.
So Jack stayed on the rink. Has.
I know you can trust those lines. They're very straight.
Very straight.
Yep, so the boundary line's spot on.
Do you know the greenkeeper?
Yeah. Good bloke he is. Good bowler, Jay.
That's a great shot, really.
That's 3 within a foot on this end.
Play under the line to a Jack out on the boundary peg. This.
Oh, look at this bowl. This is a cracker too.
It's going to kill it.
Oh, no, it's still in. You can trust those lines.
Still staying on the back end, Jay. If he does draw a touch at the end, we'll be dead.
He's reaching. He's reaching.
He's going to kill it.
He's... Oh, he's gone out of bounds. One to Jacob.
He holds the shot, but his bowl's out of bounds. So one there to Jacob Nelson. So yeah, this is the last day of a 2 weeks campaign of the state championships, and it was touched earlier on the mixed pairs, and the state triples was the second event held. And Alan Howard of Hamilton, Peter Balderson of Enoggera and Mitchell Mears defeated Greg Brown, Clinton Bailey and Scott Chamberlain in the final try. So,
and that was played, the last 2 ends was played in the dark. It was fairly dark down there. They played down the bottom green, number 3 green. That's why all the finals have been up on the number 2 green at the moment. So we put the lights on number 2 so they get some lights, and they had the lights behind them on the tennis courts. And then the tennis players decided to finish up, and they turned the lights off and it went really black.
oh no. It's a good win there for the boys, and probably fair to say 2 surprise finalists, really.
Well, I played in the morning game in the quarter-final against Joel Anderson's team of Nick Cale and I can't remember.
Wade Mutzelberg.
And Wade, and Wade, and they got us in a tight quarter-final, and then Scotty Chamberlain's team, Greg Brown, he was leading extremely well, and Clinton Bailey, and in the final, Clinton Bailey played extremely well, but young Mitchell Mears, he was just on fire in that final of the triples.
He did play very well. I was fortunate enough to be here watching that game. The ladies' final, Jessica Season-Waybay, Claire Turley and Chloe Stewart, the girl who joined us in commentary in the previous game, defeated Jeanette Ward, Christine Scott and Therese McAllery, the girls from Cairns.
Oh, that was awesome. Especially the lady that played second, I think. I think she made the semi-finals of the mixed pairs as well.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Awesome effort by those ladies from up there in Cairns. A couple of wayward bowls here from the boys. Unusual for them. Yeah, I think Claire Duke turned back the time. She played extremely well in that game in the final of the ladies as well. They came out early and blitzed them.
Yeah, all 3 women, Jessica, Claire and Chloe, were on a mission that day. Played brilliant bowls.
One to Jay.
Under Jay there. Now it takes him to 12-10 lead here. The next event was the fours. And in the men, Darren Christie, Reed Burgess, Sam White and Sean Ingham defeated Dale, McWhinney, Shillington, Ian Law, Gary Pearson and Dean McWhinney. And that was a pretty good game. that one. Came
Yeah.
down to pretty much the last end, that one, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a cracking game as well. All the finals that have been played, they've been great heads. Whether the scores have been close or not, the heads have been absolutely fantastic, which is great for all the supporters coming along and watching, the spectators.
Yeah, actually, I agree. All finals have been of very high standard. I mean, getting knocked out of everything so early, I've been able to sit back and watch the finals, and
Oh, I'm hearing you.
it's been very entertaining. Oh, look at this.
Another great shot. 2 good bowls for the boys.
We had the ladies fours, Val Dunn, Cheryl Hutchinson, Heather Hodgson and Wendy Usher, which a couple of those ladies were bowling arm ladies, Troy,
Yes.
in that team, and they defeated former Australian representative Brenda Thompson, Nicole Williams, Adele Pursehouse and Gail Crompton. So
Yeah, that was a cracking game as well. I think the score might have blown out at the end. I wasn't 100% sure on the score, but I think it might have just got away at the end. But the 4 ladies with the bowling arms, they all represent Queensland in the Bowling Arms Association. And in the semi-final, they were 5. I think it was 5 behind going into the last end, and picked up a 6 to win against Jane Bush's team from Kawana.
yes, yep.
What a cracking effort that was, just to make the final, let alone to win the final.
Yeah, they did extremely well.
Yes.
Oh, good shot there. These boys are really playing good here.
And Gail Crompton, she's a very underestimated bowler, Gail. I've known Gail since I was a teenager, because her and Tony, her husband, are originally from Illawarra. And another great shot, Jacob. Great shot. Close to 2 there. And Gail's now playing for Tweed Heads.
Yeah, I was actually fortunate enough to win 2 state mixed pairs titles with Gail Crompton a few years ago now. Very nice lady. Used to bowl out of Bargara Bowls Club in those days,
Yep.
just outside of Bundaberg, when I had the privilege of playing with her.
Well, back in the day when I knew them, it was all about Budgie. Tony, that's her husband. It was all about his bowls, and Gail used to just go and watch. And then Gail took it up, and it was obviously all about Gail then.
Yeah, they're like Tony Who.
Yeah, Tony Who?
That's a good end of bowls here from
Great
Jacob
bowls.
Nelson.
It looks like it could be 3 there.
3.
Hit the lead, 13-12.
13-12. Now Jacob leads Jay Dawe. So the next event then, we moved on to the pairs, and it was an absolute brilliant game of bowls. The men's pairs final between Jade Gronwegie and Sean Baker, and they defeated Brett Wilkie and Aaron Sheriff in one of the best games of pairs I've seen in a long time. Sean Baker was absolutely sensational in that final, Troy. He was.
That was a cracking game, wasn't it?
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Going into the game, I can't remember who it was, but they said to me, they go, nobody's going to beat Wilkie and Sheriff. And I said, Jay's got something to prove here. I said, he's been around for a long time. And I said, and Sean Baker, that was his 5th state pairs title. Like, can't put that Australia. He's done extremely well, and what a cracking game it was.
That was brilliant.
Down to the last bowl of the whole 21 ends. I was fortunate enough to watch the semi-final when Brett and Aaron defeated the McWhinney-Shillington boys of Dale and Dean. It came down that the Dale and Dean held shot right up. It was all square going on the last end, and Aaron Sheriff took the shot bowl out with his last bowl. Jack was in the ditch and he took the shot bowl of his last bowl to win. Great shot, Jay.
The ladies' pairs final was a bit of a one-side affair there, wasn't it? Jessica Season-Waybe and Chloe Stewart never even looked like letting Jessie Cottle and Julie Keegan into the match in that final.
A good shot, young Jacob. Just potted the jack. Even though the score indicated that, but the heads was still really good. Like the heads, you could have put a tea towel over some of those heads. It was that good of bowls, exhibition of bowls. So I remember that day that both the men's and the senior men's were nail biters right down to the last end, and the ladies and the senior ladies sort of got away at the end, but it took nothing away from the exhibition of bowls that they all played.
Oh, well, that's right. Jeff Jensen and Barry Ward beat Peter Balderson and Alan Howard on the last end in the final of the over 60s men's pairs, and I think the scores, what was it, won the difference last end, or were they locked?
Yeah. I think they were all square going into the last.
I think that might have been locked all square playing the last end. A very low scoring game. It was something like 14 all.
14, yeah, something like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a high quality match. And the over 60s ladies pairs, Meryl Ahern and Linda Morrish beat the girls from Townsville, Kate Leverton and Wendy Jones. And actually, yeah, that was a good game as well, that one. So, yeah, that was a good day of bowls, the pairs finals.
Here's young Jade travelling. He's, might be second maybe. It's at least one to Jacob, I think. Linda Morrish, she defeated last year's current champion Mary Geary in the semi-final, and that came down to the last end as well. That was a close, exciting game.
So we've pulled the umpire out of his armchair.
Yep, old Art Styles. He's been overseas in America for the last 2 weeks, so he only got back yesterday.
So that's commitment, isn't it?
And he's back here today. Well, his wife is the lady president, so he's probably got told he had to be here.
So don't forget, if you're enjoying the coverage, to like and share the page, and also feel free to type in and ask any questions and comments and give us your tips and whatever you like. The more interaction, the better. So we're 14, was that 1 or 2? 1. So 1 there to Jacob. The score 14-12. So we're pretty much halfway through the final here. So any tips or what you think's going to happen, feel free to type it in. We'd love to hear it.
Not a bad opener, Jack High. Look at young Jay Dawe. He looks like a cool cat, doesn't he?
He does, he does. He's mentioned earlier that his most admired player on the bowl circuit's Barry Lester. He's a bit of a cool cat himself, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's all over that Barry. Oh,
yeah.
He's got the looks. He's got the moves.
And got a fair bit of ability to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
As does Barry. And told me I could have a nice glass of his new Blessed
Yeah, I've
here at
seen
Club
that.
Marucci.
I've seen that.
So I've given him a fair plug today with the old Blessed wine, so I'm hoping he might swing me a bottle at the Australian Open at some stage.
Oh, I hope he brings up a few cases of it. I'll be there hanging off him. A little bit tight. Oh,
dear.
It's a bad bowl.
That's a disappointing result there for Jacob.
After 2 good shots.
Had grinder Robert Hammond tune in from Roma. How you going there, Robert? Thanks for the feedback, mate. Glad you're enjoying the coverage here from Club Marucci.
Looks like 2 to young Jay. What do you think you might do here? Do you think you might use a bit of weight?
Well, it is.
Yep.
Still playing that swinging weight.
Oh,
Hard shot.
You can get...
Oh dear, that is a
three down.
terrible result.
That's probably 3 down now.
But very... I was going to say, quite a poor bowl, his third bowl, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
he had a good head set up, and
Yeah, when you...
I'm afraid he's only got himself to blame for this end.
It's easy to say sitting here, but yeah, being tight when you're holding like that.
Jay's got a free kick here. Score a full count here if he can work his way there into the head.
The cool cat's taking it too cool, I think. It's only a 3.
Blowing a little bit of diesel there.
That makes it 15-14 to Jay Dawe.
So Latif has just joined us and thinks that Jacob will beat Jay 25-21.
Out of the last 7 ends, Jay's only won 2 of the last 7 ends.
Yeah, that is right. So he really needed a 3 there, didn't he, to sort of get a bit of momentum back.
He gets to roll the jack and play where he wants to.
Thanks for tuning in there, David. I think that Jacob might slowly get on top of Jay, you reckon? Might run him down.
And Michael Flanagan just asked, why aren't the players wearing their club uniforms? Well, I dare say they've been playing for a number of days now. Like the last 2 weeks has been the state championships, and these boys have been going full on. So they might be in the wash. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we can ask him later if you like, Michael.
The conditions of play don't state that you have to wear a club uniform. You just have to be dressed in bowls attire. So like you say, Troy, the boys have been going at it for a while now. So there's only so many club uniforms you can have, isn't there?
That's
before
right.
you run out.
Yeah.
G'day, Macca there from Mackay. Thanks for tuning in, Macca. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
He's landed that beautiful shot for 2 shots there, young Jacob. perfect weight for the draw.
Jacob's got a chance here to pull back.
Make a 3 here.
Yeah, pull back that 3 he lost on the previous end.
Certainly don't need the shot clock for young Jacob.
This might be a bit short with this one.
Looks like 2 to young Jacob. 16-15 to Nelson. There's our Sunshine Coast District President, Jeff Osborne, also a board member of the Bowls Queensland, marking the final. Very accomplished and steady bowler himself, plays out of Coolum Beach Bowls Club.
The boys are well and truly settled down now into this match. Yes, David, I've just had a text message actually sent through on my phone with the coverage of this game, commenting on the etiquette of these two young gentlemen in the final of this singles. So, yeah, it's good to see that even at this level of competition, you know, the etiquette's still there, especially for two relatively young guys.
Well, knowing Jay's dad, Joe, I don't think Jay would be game enough not to be respectful and have the etiquette of the game.
Jay's just sort of a bit of a loose end here, Troy.
Yeah, he just lost his way this end. That's why there's 4 bowls in a set, we're hoping. And Fraser Maguire just messaged through, their mothers did have time to do the washing. Well, I don't know if the boys live at home. Jay's actually 29, so he's probably living out of home with his partner, Olivia.
Well, Jay will need to just take a deep breath and take his time here. It's this is probably the most important bowl he's played in the match already. One that's about to be in his hand.
He's 2 down.
He's 2 down, trailing 16-15. See what he can do.
Came out silky smooth again. Oh, he might be just under weight.
His weights might be alright if he misses that one.
Oh, he's held up. Coming the back door maybe.
There's a bit of a smile on his face. Looks like he's drawn the shot. Yeah, 1 to Jay.
Now they call him the trap door. that came in the back door.
16 all now in this 2018 men's state singles final here at Club Maroochy. Hope that you're enjoying the coverage. Brought to you by Power Productions. And you're with commentary by Kurt Brown and Troy Somerville. So I hope you're enjoying this final of the men's state singles. Tony Donda, thanks mate.
Oh, it's good to see. Down at Manly.
And we just, Manly Bowls Club have got the game streamed on the screens for the members down there. We had a message earlier that Budrum had a tournament this weekend, Troy, and they're now streaming the game on the big screen at Budrum Bowls Club as well. So
It's good to see modern technology. It helps the sport out. I know we've got it on a big, I think it's about a 55-inch TV above the bar inside the club here at Club Marucci. So there's quite a fair few spectators inside watching as well, enjoying cold beverages.
my co-commentator from the last game, Chloe Stewart. We're having a ball here, Chloe. Should have stayed around and gave us a hand for the final.
That last bowl of Jacobs has forced Jay onto the forehand.
Graham North, I think that's about the fourth time I've seen you write a comment about the random South guy in the background. Standing there with a schooner in his hand.
Yeah, it's one of our members here. We call him Rabbit.
Rabbit.
It's 2 to Jacob.
Yeah, Jay's really sort of just slipped a little bit, Troy, the last couple of ends with his opening bowls.
He has. Yep.
Is it a change of length, or what do you think's causing that? Lack of concentration?
Yeah, maybe. Probably just a change of length. He's second shot at least. There, I think.
Yeah, thanks for that question there, Ron. I'm not actually really too sure about the setup for the Australian Open this year, so can't really help you with that one unless you know, Troy. But
well, I know that Paul Henricks from Bowlers Paradise is going down and setting up a stand for the 2 weeks at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, and I'm almost certain that Drake's Pride are there as well. So I'm presuming that they'll all be the same as has been the last 2 or 3 years.
there'll be plenty of opportunity to grab whatever it is that you need.
It's 1 to Jacob.
Another one there, so it's Jacob 17-16 now in the final of the Queensland Men's State Singles here at Club Marucci. Said not only are they playing for their first state singles title, the two gentlemen here, but they're also playing for the right to represent Queensland at Merimbula, the Australian Championships later in the year. So there's a bit riding on this game here.
It's good to see Reed Burgess has just tuned in and made a comment there. Reed done well in these state championships, Kurt.
Yeah.
He was part of the winning State Fours team, along with Darren Christie, Sam White and Sean Ingham.
I believe that was Reed's first state title. Played quite good too. I played against them, their team in the semi-final actually, and the boys were pretty steady. 2 good bowls here from Jay and Jacob.
That's better opening bowls. Oh, look at these bowls. That is great bowling, boys. Sensational bowling. You won't want to be short here, Jacob. Jay.
having a bit of a go here.
He really wanted to stay on the green. Give himself a chance with his next one.
Anyone got any tips for us now? 17-16 in favour of Jacob.
Oh, there's got to be some tips coming in, some comments coming in here now. Clinton Bailey's just tuned in to the live coverage. Clinton's always good for a comment or two.
Jason Carpenter shows the depths of bowls in Queensland when your final four don't play in the current stateside.
So true.
We were just saying earlier today how great these events are, as it gives the opportunity for players to you know, stand out in front of state selectors. So I'm sure that the efforts of these guys who have made the last 8 today won't go unnoticed. Having said that, two of the 4 have played for Queensland before.
Oh, and he's reaching again. He looks narrow.
It's just going to slip under it again.
Oh. I think Jay's just got to come down and compose himself a little bit here.
G'day to Michael Flanagan, Maz Emerton and Melvin Burt. Thank you for joining us this evening for the coverage of the men's state singles final here at Club Maroochy. We appreciate you tuning in. Jacob's putting another one behind the head here. What do you do here, Troy?
Well, I think it's more of a probably a forehand shot. What do you think, Kurt? Just sort of play like a couple of feet over, try and get onto his own blue bowl to try and just tuck it in with 2-3 feet of weight. 2-3 feet of weight won't do any damage if he gets the shot bowl itself. So
looks like what he's playing. Maybe go big and trying to kill it, but the risk is losing his own bowl. Stalking it a little bit. Good effort here.
Oh,
that is a great shot.
Oh, great shot, young Jay Dawe.
Can't see much better than that.
17 all.
That was a terrific shot there from Jay Dawe.
Hope he just composes himself now before he rolls a jack.
Absolutely right, Jason. We are very lucky. Our game is in good stead with 2 young guys like this, and like you say, not only good bowlers but very, very top young lads. They're getting along very well out on the rink, and I'm sort of watching it through the window here from the commentary box, and yeah, they're really enjoying being out there playing against each other.
And Michael Flanagan just commented that at Belmont next Saturday, Jacob's playing Tim Hale in one semi-final, and his younger brother Kane Nelson is playing Robbie Creswell in the other semi-final of the Club A-grade singles.
Might have a brother show off in the final.
Could be.
Graham North, great shot there from Jay Dawe. Reed Burgess couldn't do that. That's a bit harsh, Troy, isn't it?
The sledging started. Good bowl, Jay.
Hello to Christy Thatcher, Tim Smith, and Jesse Turnbull. Thanks for tuning in. And also Big Jimmy Anderson, who bowed out in the semi-final today. Thanks for tuning in for the final, mate.
He's probably still out there having a beer, is he?
You're right, Shillo. There's certainly no fear in the young.
So have they changed the length of the end here, Kurt?
Oh, it's still that medium sort of length. You know, the mat's sort of 6 foot in front of the tee, and the jack's it's still that nice, comfortable medium length.
Social bowler's length.
Social bowler's length, yeah. As Ian Shoeback would say, nothing in between tee to tee or minimum length.
Yeah.
Anything in between social bowler's length.
I agree with that. I agree. I was told that as a junior by Rex Johnson and Crawford Linton, actually.
It's very true, isn't it? You take your opponent out of their comfort zone. It's good to see all the comments flowing here on the live stream. Thanks everyone. We love the interaction. Don't forget to give us a like and a share if you're enjoying the coverage. Also head over and like Power Productions Facebook page. They're the company who is bringing the action to you today.
I just had a question. Does Brett know the words to K-San yet?
Oh yeah, we had that question a bit earlier on in the game.
Oh, very telling end, that.
Isn't it amazing after that last end, and Jay played that cracker with his last one, and now Jacob's sort of gone off a little bit.
2 measuring for 3, are they? He said you can get down and measure that if you want it.
Thanks, Macca. We love bringing you the great bowls like this. Hope you're really enjoying it.
Well, that's 3. 2017.
3 shots there to Jay Dawe.
Oh, big end.
Just goes to show how important that last bowl of his was the last end when he turned that head from 2 down into 1 up. Backs around and turns a 3. If you're Jacob Nelson, you'd be sitting there thinking, what's happened here? We've gone from 2 up to be 3 in front to now trailing by 3.
Esther, the coverage on the ladies' final, it went over time, so then they started it straight back up. So you just had to re-log on to get back onto the coverage. Curdy had his lunch after that.
When we were commentating the ladies' final, one of the followers of the game who was interacting said the girls need to have some pie to get their bowls up to the head. So all that talk of pie made me go over and have a pie for lunch.
We see earlier when Jay's first bowl was on the jack or just past, and this end he's sort of probably 18 inches short. First bowl.
Hi Marilyn, yep, we sure did. Jacob skips a rink for Belmont Services or the Belmont Blaze as they're known, in the Queensland Premier League. He's one of the skippers there, so...
I actually played against him this year.
You played against him this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got him too.
Got him. Talia Camilleri, welcome to the coverage, Talia. Thanks, Macca, for your kind words, mate. Appreciate that.
Ooh.
Geez, things are looking grim here for Jacob.
It's been a big turnaround, hasn't it?
It's been massive. That one bowl has just turned this whole game on its head.
He doesn't really like this, I don't think.
Looks pretty good to me.
No, he's through the gap.
Might be second shot.
Yeah, but he wasn't happy himself.
I think he puts on a bit of a show, actually, myself, Jacob. I was playing him yesterday in singles, and he'd let a bowl go, and he'd turn his back on it and everything, and after he did it after a while, every time he turned his back, I said, is that a toucher? I reckon that's when you know he's got a good bowl, when he goes, oh no.
I think he was just doing that to you.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. He was smiling and last when he was doing it. Okay, Shilo, what's your record? Graham Shillington. Has anyone beaten my record yet?
Light and the Shillo, what record would that be?
How many stubbies you can drink in the game? Or?
I don't think I'd like to try and take that record off him.
No, I'm hearing you. Yeah, that's a pretty good cover bowl, that one. Well, I don't. If Jacob does reach, I don't think it'll be on the backhand anyway.
Be careful here. He may only be one down. Come on, Shillo, you've got everyone in suspense here, mate.
What's he playing here?
It's got a bit of weight behind this one. Oh dear.
Oh, just the one, I think. That was a great effort, Jacob. Great effort.
So we'll just wait for Jacob to make his way up to the head before we have confirmation.
Jay's going to look at the second one. Oh, it's 2. Quite easy.
Another 2 there to Jay Dawe.
22 to 17.
3 shots away from being crowned the state singles champion for 2018.
What a massive bowl that was 3 ends ago.
Unbelievable. Yep. How much it can change a game.
Come on, Shiloh. Everyone's asking, what's your record?
Good starter there from Jay.
Yeah.
G'day Vards, thanks for joining us, mate. Jay is 29 years old.
I remember meeting Jay last year, and he came out and he had a schooner. And I've gone, hey mate, you know this is a bowling club. It's a licensed premises. He goes, yeah. I said, well, you having a beer? He goes, mate, so I'm 28 years old.
He's a very youthful looking 29-year-old. Oh, what a great shot.
Great shot, Jacob. See the supporters there enjoying the nice sunshine. Tight. He's got one out.
It's good to see a lot of interaction happening here on the feed. Keep it up. Let us know your thoughts. Shill holds the record for drinking 23 schooners in a game of pennant.
Another good bowl there played by Jacob.
Michael Bretherton. Dead set youngest 29-year-old on the planet is Jay Dawe.
Yeah, his beautiful partner Olivia likes that fact as well.
Thanks for tuning in, Shillo. We love you, mate.
Oh, he's still 2 down. 2 to Jacob. Bowl to come. There's a much needed 2.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can, for his sake, take advantage here and add a third.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be too heavy, put it that way.
No. We have the pleasure now of being joined again by Bowls Queensland CEO Brett Wilkie. Welcome back, Wiz.
No worries. Thanks, boys. You've been doing a great job.
Oh, look at this. This is a cracking shot. Cracking shot, Jacob. He needed that 3 as well.
Very good quality game, the 2 young fellas.
Yeah, we were just sort of commenting on the standard of play, Wiz, and not only that, but the great etiquette and sportsmanship these two are showing playing against each other.
Yeah, it's really showing just out and about with the crowd have all remarked about it as well, looking from the sidelines, how impressed they are with their the way they've conducted themselves. It's a real credit to them.
Just noticed then that Jacob snuck his last bowl in there for 3, and I think Jay gave him the biggest clap out of anyone here in the venue, so it's good to see.
Yep, both well-mannered young men.
We're now 20-20 here. The final of the 2018 men's state singles here at Club Maroochy. So both guys have a chance here at winning their first state singles title.
Good opener there from Jacob.
A big thank you to Club Maroochy, if you can pass it on, Troy, to all your volunteers, members that have contributed to the last so many days, couple of weeks here at the state titles, hosting all the finals. They've done a great job, whether it be umpiring, marking, scoreboard attendance, greenkeepers, bar staff. It's done a great job. If you can pass that on, thank you.
Yeah, that's no worries. There's been a lot of people involved, and our bowls committee secretary, Dot Castles, she's been here every day as well, and she's been throughout the whole lot of it. So well done to Dot.
Thanks must go to our match committee chairman, Ron Somerville, who's from the Sunshine Coast, and his committee, the match committee. They've done a great job, and also our staff back in the office. A lot of work's gone into this event, so a lot of hard work, and they've done a great job, and we'll go away from this event and try and make it bigger and better next year.
Especially having this, the live feed is massive. It's an awesome concept, and well done to Bowls Queensland. He doesn't mind this one, Jacob. Oh, that's 3 shots to Jacob.
I think that Jay will be too short of this.
He's got the backwood.
Nice and firm weight here from Jay. He likes it.
Oh, yeah, he's got some contact anyway. Oh, still 2 to Jacob.
You can see the scoreboard there to the right of your screen. 22-20 in favour of Jay. Your spectators there, they've got the great viewing spot. Playing back towards the clubhouse here at Club Maroochy. You can see some nice Sunshine Coast Council signs there. Queensland, Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast Council is one of our sponsors for this event.
Oh, that's another good bowl by Jacob. That makes 3. Big bowl to be played here by Jay. Just needs to compose himself before he gets on the mat. Big bowl.
Well, last time we said this, he played an absolute, probably the bowl of the game, really, Troy, so far.
Yeah, it did turn it around, didn't it?
There he goes. He might be just trying to draw the shot on the forehand.
I don't know if he's real wrapped in it, to be honest. I don't know why, because it's...
Well, I don't mind. He's got second shot out of that.
If not shot, it's second shot at worst.
He's drawn it.
One to Jay. He wasn't real rapt when he let it go neither. So it's made it 23-20 to Jay.
Hi, Marion. No, we don't play. We only play first to 21 up until the semi-finals, and then it goes to 25 up for the semi-final and the final of the state championships here in Queensland.
See, Donnie Peoples is tuned in. He's saying we should leave Shillo alone. But he's such an easy target, Donnie.
Well, he brings a lot of it on himself, doesn't he, Troy Shillo?
Oh, most certainly.
He's a good fella.
And it's good to have people like Donnie Peoples, you know. Donnie represented Queensland on I don't know how many times. Must have been a couple hundred times, I'm presuming. He's a very credentialed bowler, Donnie Peoples. Good to see you watching the live stream, Don.
So welcome to John O'Davis, Paul Henricks and Julie Keegan, all tuning in here for the final stages of the state singles championships here.
Paul Henricks has probably just got off the golf course.
It's 23-20 in favour of...
Oh, two good bowls by Jacob.
Favour of Jay here in the final. Jay's on a good track here.
Oh, I don't know if he...
Oh, great shot.
Good shot, Jay.
He's really played some big bowls here, Troy, the last
Look,
three or
look
four
how
rounds.
quick Jacob's on that mat.
Oh, dear.
That was quick. These young fellas have no fear. Just jump on that mat.
Don't know that he's quite got the speed.
It's I think he's probably holding game.
Do you reckon he's got two?
I reckon it could be two there. Yeah.
But look at Jacob's body language. I think that he could be right. Well,
I think that front bowl on the right-hand side, on the forehand side, I think that's a second shot.
Well, Jacob, ran at the head and took his closest bowl out with his previous bowl. See if he can come up with the goods here, the young fella. It's away. He's playing his forehand. He's
Following it.
He seems interested.
He's got what a cracking shot. Worst case, one down. Probably one up.
That is a great bowl there from Jacob Nelson. Once again, Jay Dawe applauding his opposition.
Jay hasn't given it away just yet.
One red.
Oh, is it an early call?
No, it is one red.
It is one red, yep.
23-21 now in favour of Jay Dawe in the final of the state singles here at Club Maroochy.
Great shot then, Jacob. Under pressure, game down. State title down. Comes up with a bowl like that. Well played.
It's pretty impressive.
Nerves of steel, these young fellas.
No fear and nerves of steel. Very important, the first 4 bowls of this end. Welcome to, also watching is Brenda Thompson, former winner of the Few Ladies State Championships. Welcome, Brenda.
Yeah, good bowl, Jacob.
We're feeling this game is a long way from being over yet, Troy.
There's some quality bowls being played. And it's good to see we're up to 296 live viewers at the moment on our Facebook coverage. And then on top of that, we've also got the website coverage. Well, we just hit the 300 mark, which is great.
The website coverage was actually higher than the Facebook coverage during the last game, Troy.
Well, that's great for the game, isn't it?
It's good to see people.
Oh,
I wouldn't go as far to say that's a good shot.
that was like a bad good bowl kind of thing.
He's probably got to attack this. Yeah, he is.
Yep, he is. Looks like he's underneath.
Oh. Jack stayed in. Might be 1 to Jay now. Nice little clap there from Jacob.
Great sportsmanship, isn't it?
It's terrific to see, yeah, absolutely.
A few people can take a few notes off this. It'll be take the sportsmanship like these guys are showing. A few of our club members there from Club Marucci getting the eye view action.
Sure, has the marker indicated who is holding yet, Troy? I haven't.
Oh, I didn't see that, but
This is
he thought
sailing.
he thought he was quick, but
It is quick.
oh,
Oh dear. Potentially be drawing for the state singles title here, Troy.
well, all he wants to do is, not be Jack High. If he's short of Jack High here, he's got a good chance.
The one time being short of Jack Eye is probably a good thing. I can't tell who does have the shot. I think it is the blue bowl in the ditch. Palms are sweating, knees are knocking.
Oh.
I don't think he's up.
Has he given it? Has he given it enough? No. It was sort of a half a delivery, that, I thought, when he let it go.
Jacob would be breathing a sigh of relief there, I'd imagine.
A bit tight. I'm presuming Jay's got one.
Bit of nerves there, Troy.
Winning state singles, pretty big title to win. Get your measure out, boys.
I think they're just going to get the umpire to come out and measure it and give themselves a chance just to have a bit of a breather, step back and relax and regroup themselves.
Yeah, get poor old Art out to do the hard work.
Yes, definitely, Marion. We've commented a few times on the action of these two guys, and it's quite effortless the way they deliver the bowl. There's no doubt about that. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Club Marucci. Feel free to like and share the page, and any feedback's good feedback.
Oh, the green's got the shot. Oh,
Green.
there's like at least a good 2 inches in that.
What do you say?
Oh, 21-23 to Jay Dawe.
Well, I mean, if Jay probably thought he was down, he might have played a bit of weight there, Troy, maybe to trying to win the game, but
Yeah, Yeah, he probably just wanted to make sure he kept it on deck to win the title.
Welcome to another former winner of a state singles title as well in the ladies, Betty Andrew Arthur. Welcome to the coverage, Betty. (23-22) here in the final of the state singles at Club Marucci, Jay Dawe and Jacob Nelson. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate this match, Troy.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, no, it's class bowls played from two young gentlemen.
Don't forget that at the completion of this, good shot here from Jay.
Oh, good shot.
Don't forget that at the completion of this match, the presentations will take place, so make sure you stick around.
Jacob's got to reach with this one, just to disturb it.
Good shot.
Which he has done. Good shot, Jacob.
Certainly is, Natasha. Very good game of singles here. Very worthy of a state final.
Ooh. Good foot, 15 inches.
Jeff Osborne, our marker there, indicating to Jacob. Blake doesn't, he might be a bit short.
I don't think he's reached.
Oh dear. Well, Jay, take your time, mate.
Yep. You just got to be up with this one. Give it a chance.
It's a chance to hold that trophy in one hand here. And I'll tell you what, it's a heavy bloody trophy too, Troy. I lifted it up before.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't reached. Well, he's probably third shot, so he probably can't lose the game on this end anyway. I can't see Jacob getting 3 on this end.
Yeah, but Jacob could certainly lose the game on this end.
Yeah.
I think he's just got to arrive up through his own on the backhand there if he finds the gap and draws the shot, or...
I think that's probably his mindset is that I can't win, but I've got to stop him from winning.
Yes.
On this end.
It's a nice close draw shot. He's
not happy.
I think he's nowhere near it here.
He's not happy.
Well.
Ooh, rush of blood.
Take a breath, young fella. Jay, you make your way down.
Well, if he plays the same as his last bowl, he'll reach, because he crashed on that first bowl, that front bowl of his last bowl. So he's
same bowl, really.
Same bowl. He'll be holding the Queensland State Singles title.
Hello to my gorgeous friend Melissa. Thanks for tuning in, Mel. Glad you're enjoying it.
You're picking the mat up, carrying it for what? Oh.
It's good here, isn't he?
No, he's not happy.
Oh, dear.
1.
Jacob had a big sigh of relief there.
That's 1. 24-22.
What's your tips now, everyone?
He's on the all but.
Welcome to Kelsey Cottrell, another member of the Jackaroo squad. We've had a few of them drop in today to have a look. Matty Lucas, Nolene Dutton.
I had the pleasure of playing Matty Lucas the other day in my section, actually. What a great guy he is.
Sky Matty. It's 24-22 here in favour of Jay. Great starter there for Jacob.
Okay, viewers, we've got to start up a new post here. We've hit the time limit for the last segment.
Sorry about that. Bretho predicting golden point here in this final. 24 all. Winner takes all.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I reckon this might be the last end.
Feeling that this might be the last end.
This could be the last end. How's this one going, Kurt?
Good shot. Got it.
Well, I think he was after the jack. Bowl will do.
Good shot here, Jacob.
I just read some the latest news. Paul Girdler has resigned from the Blackjacks. Paul Girdler, who plays out of one of the Gold Coast club sides.
Yeah, well,
That's holding game.
one hand on the trophy as Jay Dawe. Jacob Nelson was game down 2 ends ago, Troy, maybe even 3 ends ago, and he played an absolute bomb with his last bowl, so
How's his heart rate going, you reckon?
through the roof.
He's probably spent another 0.5 of a second on the mat.
Tell you what, he's not
I
too-
think he's tight.
He's very tight. Jay Dawe
Jay Dawe, the new...
is the 2018 Men's State Singles Champion of Queensland. Well done to Jay. Terrific feat. Now earns the right to represent Queensland at Merimbula later on in the year in the Australian Championships. And well done to Jacob Nelson too.
Well done to Jacob Nelson, 19 years of age, runner-up in the Queensland State Singles. Well done. And to Jay Dawe, who had a 9-year hiatus off the game, and he played the game from the age of 9 to 19, and then had a break until 18 months ago. Come back. Well done, young Jay.
A terrific effort.
I think he's put the pressure on me now because he's playing in my Australian Open Falls side.
Oh, is he?
He's put the pressure on me.
What a great achievement.
Well done, young Jay. Well done to Jacob. Extremely well played. Both young men highly commended on their sportsmanship and the way they played the game.
Beautiful backdrop here at Club Marucci. So stick around because I believe we'll be doing the presentations in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I can see the trophies out there.
Really hope that you enjoyed the coverage here today, brought to you by Power Productions. And also myself, Kurt Brown, Troy Somerville, Brett Wilkie and Chloe Stewart in the commentary box. So thanks for putting up with us all day. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, as we've sure enjoyed bringing it to you. Looks like we're going to head into the presentations pretty much straight away, so...
I'm not going to lie to you, Kurt. I am glad to see the end of this. It's been a long 3 weeks with the district side championships and then the state championships. Being in here at before 5 o'clock every morning, preparing the greens and then playing in most days. It's been a long few weeks.
Yes, it is a massive 3 weeks, that's for sure. But one of the best times of the year, May, southeast Queensland, to play bowls, especially at beautiful Sunshine Coast.
You reckon we should put a cap on?
Don't forget to hang around, ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation. And then we'd really appreciate any feedback for the coverage that you've received today. Let us know that if you've enjoyed it. Something you want to see more of, let us know. So we're just getting ready for the presentations of the state singles championships here at Club Maroochy. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this coverage to you, and thanks to Power Productions for their awesome work. Just in good fashion, the rain's just started here as the presentation's starting.
Everyone for joining us today for the Bowls Queensland State Men's Singles Final, and what a cracking game it was. Congratulations to Dawe taking out the game over Jacob Nelson. Played in great sportsmanship and a cracker of a game. Great for the spectators here live and also on our website and on Facebook. I'd like to invite our Bowls Queensland President Peter Williamson now to present the cheques for both our semi-finalists and our finalists. I'd like to call on Wade Mutzelberg, our equal third semi-final winner. Congratulations to Wade. Our other semi-finalist, Jamie Anderson, had to head off, so we'll make sure Jamie gets his cheque. I'd also like to introduce Jacob Nelson, runner-up in this year's championship. Congratulations, Jacob. Put on a fine display there. Great game. And last but not least, our winner of today's championship, Jay Dawe, local boy from Tawantinoosa. Congratulations, Jay. Congratulations, Jay. You had a bit of a break from the game. I know you played in the junior years and then you came back into the game. It's nothing better to win a state title.
Absolutely. I'm loving it being back. I didn't think about bowls for 10 years when I was having a break, but now that I'm back, I want to do nothing more than bowl. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I heard you enjoying the game and you played in the district sides recently and went well with the Sunshine Coast. So what's ahead for you?
Well, this was a great start. Other than that, I'm looking for the Australian Open. I'm going down there next couple of weeks. I want to see what I can do down there in the Gold Coast and then hopefully continue going onwards and upwards from there.
No worries. Congratulations and good luck for the future. Also, we've got Jacob here. Jacob is down to the wire. Pretty good quality game, but not quite your day.
No, he was just too good at the end of the day. Felt like it could have gone either way, but he was just that wee bit better at the end. So congratulations to him, and I'm glad he won it. If someone could have won it, it was good for him.
No worries. Well done, boys. Congratulations, and good luck for your future. Big future ahead. I'd now like to hand over to our Bowls Queensland President, Peter Williamson, to say a few words.
Thanks, Brett. Thank you, Brett. On behalf of Bowls Queensland staff and committees, Club Maroochy and all the other clubs that went with us in this event to make it an event for the likes of our boys here in the singles that did us proud, and I'm sure they've done the Gold Coast and the Gateway very much proud. The other thing that I need to say before I get drowned out here is thank you very much to all the spectators, and I think that's it. I'll wrap it up and get out of here.
Thanks, Peter. I'd like to also thank our commentators for the day, Kurt, Troy and Chloe, and also the Power Productions team for doing a great job today. We've just got it through before the rain. I'm glad you all enjoyed it here on Facebook and our website, and it'll be soon. All games will be able to be viewed on our YouTube channel later on this week. So thanks for joining us, and all the best to the boys, and thanks for putting on a great display. Thanks, boys.